Welcome to The Insider. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, like, share, comment and click on the notification bell for amazing news outlines. Scott Elliott celebrated his son's first Premier League goal by launching his jacket 20 feet into the air and several rows down from his main stand seat. Harvey's proud father eventually got the jacket back, and Liverpool, after a midweek dressing down from Jurgen Klopp, got their season back on track in record fashion too. Having invited questions over their winless start, including from their own manager after Monday's tame loss at Manchester United, Liverpool responded in emphatic, ruthless style. Talk about venting frustration. True, Bournemouth were abject and best fodder for a team needing a first win of the campaign. But in terms of intensity, penetration and pure enjoyment of the ball, Liverpool could not have delivered a finer show to banish doubt and signaled their self-belief remains intact. And of course their quality. It was the perfect football afternoon for us with a lot of exceptional goalscorers, brilliant goals and great situations, said Klopp, who, when asked to sum up the performance in one word, replied, "Needed." He added, "We all know we needed something like that. We had to prove a point for ourselves." Liverpool were rampant from the off, 5 goals ahead by half-time for the first time in a league game at Anfield since 1958, and equaled their record league win against Crystal Palace in 1989, with something to spare. And Mohamed Salah didn't score. The rout started and completed with a Luis Diaz header, but this was a day to savor the enduring class of Roberto Firmino. The Brazil international produced 3 assists and a goal in the opening 31 minutes and, to be blunt, extracted the Michael out of Scott Parker's outclassed team. The hosts commenced the destruction after 151 seconds. An opening goal had been coming even then. Firmino, having broken through the wafer-thin resistance in Bournemouth's midfield, bent a pleasant cross into the area for the soaring Diaz to head beyond Mark Travers. An exhausting and humiliating afternoon for the keeper had just begun. A second arrived on 6 minutes when Diaz, Elliott and Salah combined on the right. The Egypt international's cross struck Firmino, and Elliott swept an extremely good left-foot finish into the bottom corner from 20 yards. The midfielder excelled for the 45 minutes he was on the pitch, his touch and movement far superior to anything in the visiting ranks, but he was changed as a precaution at the interval by a fellow 19-year-old, Fabio Carvalho. The fine strike was not the only reason for his father's elation. In the 9th minute there was a moving ovation for Olivia Pratt-Corbel, the 9-year-old girl shot dead inside her home in Liverpool on Monday. Jordan Henderson wore a vest that read, "Rip Olivia Inwa and dedicated victory to the murdered child." Harvey Elliott shows his satisfaction after scoring his first. Salah prodded wide of an open goal after a slick change between Diaz, Firmino and Elliott, and missed another superb possibility from 6 yards in the second half. Keeping Salah quiet was Bournemouth's only consolation. Trent Alexander-Arnold's defending has been under the spotlight since the opening seconds of the season. It was never tested here, although he was able to exhibit his attacking process with a beautiful third goal when breaking through Bournemouth's midfield and following Anfield's instruction to shoot after a 1-2 with Firmino. He let fly with an unstoppable 25-yard drive that beat Travers purely for pace. Firmino grabbed the goal his performance richly deserved when Salah's pass inadvertently looped off Chris Mepham and sailed into Bournemouth's 6-yard box. Liverpool's centre-forward twisted to beat Travers with an acrobatic volley. It was 5 on the stroke of half-time when Virgil van Dijk easily held off a defender to head home an Andy Robertson corner. Whatever Parker's interval instructions were to his team, they had absolutely no effect. They conceded within seconds of the restart when the hapless Mepham, stretching to clear an Alexander-Arnold cross before Diaz, put it into his very own net. Firmino claimed a second when Travers parried Robertson's risky cross into his path, the Brazilian scoring from close range at the second attempt, and Carvalho scored his first Premier League goal for Liverpool when volleying home another Alexander-Arnold cross that steered into his path by Kostas Tsimikas. Diaz ended the exhibition as he had opened it, scoring with a header from the substitute Tsimikas' corner. There was time for Klopp to hand debuts to Stefan Bajcetic and Bobby Clark, son of Lee, as the Kop implored Liverpool to score a record-breaking 10th. They were unable to answer the call. There were no complaints. Didn't take long for Liverpool to make their mark on this match. For the first time this season, it's the Reds who get the first goal. Unsurprising that it's Luis Diaz that got his head on the ball and guided it home. A VAR check for offside was cleared, and the goal stood. The Kop had barely caught their breaths from their early lead when Harvey Elliott doubled it with a brilliant left-footed strike from just outside the box. It was a bullet into the bottom left corner, and you could see how much that goal meant to the young player. Liverpool definitely had something to prove on that sunny afternoon in Liverpool. The attacks came tough and fast. Mohamed Salah should have made it 3 to the good, missing a sitter that was set up by a great interplay between Firmino, Diaz, and Elliott. 28 minutes in, it was Trent Alexander-Arnold's time to shine. The defender began the movement in his own half, helping to wriggle the ball through the Bournemouth defense. He pushed forward and played a 1-2 with Roberto Firmino, getting the ball in very nearly the same spot as Elliott before him. A right-footed rocket to the top left corner made the score 3-0. After picking up assists for the first 3 of Liverpool's goals, Firmino grabs his own, thanks to some very intelligent play. Salah tried a pass inside the box that was intercepted dangerously in the air by a Bournemouth defender. Firmino judged where the ball would land and guided it in on the volley with the outside of his foot. The Brazilian, more than any Liverpool player on the pitch, seemed to have something to show in this match. He almost bagged a brace, however his low effort into the far corner was stopped by the keeper and sent out for a corner. That wouldn't keep this Liverpool team down, not today anyway. The resulting corner led to a simple-headed finish for Virgil van Dijk, who rose above the pack to guide it home near the stroke of half-time. Fabio Carvalho came on for Harvey Elliott to begin the second half of this game. The game had barely settled when another catastrophe came for Bournemouth. If being 6 goals down wasn't embarrassing enough, Bournemouth added an own goal to their very bad day. Alexander-Arnold delivered the ball into the box, and while Diaz got near it, the dubious distinction was with Chris Metham for nodding it home. Number 7 came from a corner taken quickly. Andy Robertson slammed it into the box, forcing the keeper into a diving save. The ball got us some distance as Firmino in front of the goal, who coolly flicked it home. Jurgen Klopp made a triple change on 68 minutes. Out went Jordan Henderson, Robertson, and Firmino. In their places were James Milner, Kostas Tsimikas, and Stefan Bajcetic. For all that Liverpool dominated this match, it wasn't Salah's day. He missed his second sitter 75 minutes into the match, robbing them of the chance to make it 8-0. Thank goodness, then, for Liverpool legend Carvalho, who picked up the slack for his Egyptian teammate and curled in his first Liverpool goal with an assist from Tsimikas. Thanks for watching this video.